Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update for Deck of Panning. This is a project pan that I created after being inspired by Books with Maddie and her TBR game. At this point in the year, I am going to assume that you know how Deck of Panning works. So I'm not going to go into much detail. In my description box, there is an introduction and how-to. I film those every year and it goes over all of the rules. But this is a game-inspired project pan involving a deck of cards and a game board that I shuffle around every month. I am starting to feel a bit under the weather. I wasn't planning on filming today, but I'm worried that my next few days I'm going to be feeling worse. So excuse my congested voice, but I'm going to hop right into my progress. I actually don't even think I have anything to roll out. I'm considering kicking one thing out, and so maybe I'll make myself draw 2 cards to replace that. I'm not really sure. From the intro for In It for the Long Haul, I chose my Tartlet Toasted palette to use 50 times and hit 2 pans. I'm happy to say I have now reached for it 50 times and hit 1 pan, but I still have 1 more pan to hit. I've been really going for cozy over here this year. I also have a dip going in S'more, which is more like the lid setting shade, but these pans are extremely deep. But I think with some more dedication, I feel like I've used it so much. Definitely over 30 uses on cozy here. I'm really hoping to have pan for next month because the dip is so significant. Even if that means I'm using a pencil brush, I really want to make it happen. I've used this palette over 100 times since I've owned it, since I've been tracking makeup, and as much as I have enjoyed having this out and reaching for it quite often this year, I'm ready to dedicate some time on some of my other palettes. For the prompt favorite color, I chose my Alamar blush trio with a goal to use it 20 times. I am now at 16 uses. I really wanted to roll this out this month as well, but it's just not happening, is it? Only 4 more uses to go though, so maybe we'll have a very exciting last update and then only have 1 month to work on those products, which is a bummer, but whatever. I really enjoy these blushes, well, these 2. This one is not my favorite. I feel like it looks a little strange on my skin tone, but I do like to use it for mixing purposes. But yeah, 4 more uses to go on this. For random letter, I got the letter Q, so for that I chose my Ofra lip gloss in the shade Queen. Again, a goal to use it 20 times. That is the number for most of these things because this is supposed to be updated on the 20th. I don't know. I've only worn this 1 day since the last update, bringing me up to 9 out of 20 uses. And I'm just a little bit more than, there's just a little bit more than half of this gloss left. So honestly, in 11 more days of use, this could be an empty, and I would love for it to be an empty by the end of the year. This lip gloss has been flying really quickly. It is not my favorite lip gloss, however. I feel like I can really feel the glittery particles on my lips, but visually it looks really beautiful. So I find it hard to kind of like reconcile that, like no pain, no gain. It looks beautiful, but it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't know, usually I'm like comfort is key, but yeah, I would love for this to be an empty by the end of the year. So maybe I can make that happen. I have decided to roll this out. This is for the prompt Not Cruelty Free. It's my MAC Fanfare lipstick. I wanted to use it 10 times. It is just too similar to another lipstick that I'm currently working on, which I'm also not really reaching for because this color is just not something that I wear on an everyday basis. I do like this color in spring, summer, but we have moved past that now, and I've only worn it twice. since it has been in this project, and it's been a couple of months now where I haven't used it at all, so I feel like it's just taking up space. I'm going to draw a new card and replace this, and I will just hope to reach for it again next spring. I really like the color. I like the, what is this? Yeah, cream sheen formula of the MAC lipsticks, but it's taking up space in this project and it doesn't need to be. For a black owned makeup brand, I chose my Juvia's Place eye primer with a goal to use it 10 times. I've used it 4 times since the last update, bringing me up to 9 out of 10 uses. Almost there, but like I said, I could have used it tomorrow, but I'm really starting to not feel well. So here we are. This will be rolled out next time. This is a great, very light eye base, especially if you like colorful makeup and you have a fair skin tone like I do. I don't know how many shades they have of this. It's one of those really opaque and dry type of primers. Like, it's not really sticky or tacky or anything, and I do enjoy it, but it's not my everyday eye primer. Another product that I haven't used since the last update, this was for the prompt subscription box. I filmed my last update really late, so it's actually not been a full month. Just how things are working out, I guess. So I'm still at 2 out of 20 uses on my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. It's a good like workhorse palette if you like mauvey, cool toned looks. But right now I've been focusing so heavily on Tartelette Toasted, which is very warm, which is what I'm wearing today, and those palettes don't really go together. For Oh the Shame, I looked in my makeup drawer of shame and chose the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Rose. I have a goal to use this 10 times, test it out. I've used this 2 times since the last update, bringing me up to 3 out of 10 uses. I actually really enjoy this. This is a super comfortable, balmy lip product with some color. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today. I like the glossy finish. I think it's comfortable. It doesn't slip around. I've been liking this a lot. This is not the plumping one. I know they have like so many iterations of this, like Maracuja, Juicy, whatever. There's like Juicy Shift, Juicy Plump. I don't know what all the other ones are, but this one just says Juicy Lip. It's not minty, it's not tingly or plumping or anything. It's just one of those glossy lipstick things. Last month for the prompt a splurge item, I chose my Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. I have the shade Lace and I set a goal of 20 uses. I literally just finished a concealer, so I've been kind of hopping around and shopping my stash a little bit before refocusing my attention on panning concealer. So I wore this today for the first time, so I'm at 1 out of 20 uses, and I actually am liking this more than I remembered, and now I feel silly for like bypassing this all the time in my drawer. I thought it was much thicker, much heavier than what I experienced in applying it today. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on how this wears through the day. This is now my oldest concealer and ideally would be like the one I'm trying to finish up next. But I was kind of dreading that, and I actually really like how my under eyes turned out today, so that is definitely a positive. So those are the updates for the products I currently have in here. I will be rolling out my MAC lipstick, and then I always increase my project by another card if I don't meet a goal, which I didn't. So I'm going to be drawing 2 cards. I'm going to be shuffling and I'll pop in the game board once again so you can see what we're looking like for the month of October. I'm really feeling like I'm going downhill, even just trying to like talk to the camera. Okay, we'll do one more shuffle just because I'm feeling a little bit of like nervous energy. I'm going to draw 2 cards. This is the 6 of Hearts, which is an oldest product. So like the oldest in a category. It doesn't have to be like your oldest makeup product. Okay. And secondly, we have the 6 of Spades. 2 sixes. 6 of spades is a dethroned product. This is a product that like it used to be your favorite, and since then you've tried something else, so it's no longer your favorite item in whatever category. I have no idea what I'll be choosing. I don't even know like what product categories I have the bandwidth to add products into, so this is going to be really challenging for me. Alright, I'm a little out of breath. Don't mind me. I've chosen my products and it was actually not as hard as I thought it might be. So for the prompt oldest, I actually put this in Deck of Panning for the prompt oldest in a previous year, and that is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crook's Convertible Brow Powder situation. This is my oldest brow item in my collection. It is quite old. And this year I've been trying really hard to hit pan in the center shade, which matches my brows the best. I do use this deep shade just a tiny bit in the tail of my brow. I'm not using this today, but I really love this brow product and I'm really sad it's getting so old, and I'm just going to keep using it until I feel like it's literally no good anymore. It is a bit drier now. We do get some crumbly bits, so I have to be careful when using it, but the dip in that center shade is so huge. I will take a picture so we can track some progress, but I would love to hit pan. I have no idea how deep this is. I say I've been trying really hard to hit pan on this year, but this is my most reached for brow item this year, but I'm not like really trying hard to specifically like dig my brush into one spot. I don't know if you can see like how wide those dips are. I just kind of dip my brush in however, but if I'm trying to hit pan on a project pan, maybe I will be a little more direct in the spots I am targeting. But yes, my goal will be to hit pan on the center shade. For a product that has been dethroned, I chose a bronzer, and because I have a couple bronzers that either just have rolled out or will be rolling out of projects very soon, and this is a bronzer I was considering focusing on at the beginning of 2024, so I thought I could get a bit of a head start on it, and that is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This used to be my absolute favorite bronzer. I love the undertone in here. I love the more natural, satiny kind of finish. But in recent years, I have just been reaching for a lot of other bronzers over this. I would no longer call this my favorite bronzer in my collection, hence I would say that it has been dethroned. This is the next bronzer in my collection. I wanted to aim for hitting pan. I do not think I will be able to hit pan on this in 2 months. So I'm going to put a 20 use goal on this as well and hope that I can focus on this for just 20 uses before the end of the year, and then I will switch gears. It'll end up in a different project to try and hit pan on at the beginning of next year. I really don't have that much wear on here for having used it as much as I feel like I have. I want to actually look. I have 52 tracked uses on this bronzer, and there's really like not that much of a dip, so I think hitting pan on this is going to be a big challenge for me next year. So those are my 2 roll-ins, and as we kind of went through my updates, I did let you know which products I thought that I could meet my goal on, which are going to be these 3. I've met 2 parts of my 3-part goal on my Tarte Tartlet Toasted. I really do want 2 pans showing in this by the end of the year, or else I would just roll it out and be like, oh, well that's good enough, 50 uses in 1 pan. But I feel like I've dedicated so much time and energy into the shades in here that I really want that satisfaction. I want that win. I only have 1 more use on this eye primer. That will be easy. And 4 more uses on this blush. For next year, this project will be coming back next year. It seems to be a favorite, at least from where I'm sitting. It seems like people love it. I switch the game board around a little bit every year. The face cards do get changed, but then they stay the same for the whole year. I would love your ideas on which prompts, whether they're new prompts you'd like to add into the board or ones that are kind of in the bit that's shuffled around. What prompts do you want to see those face cards be next year? I'm starting to try and think on how I'm going to switch up the game board. If you have any prompt suggestions at all, whether they're face cards or number cards that you would like to see added in, then do let me know. Which ones you don't prefer. Yeah. I also think I'm going to do easier goals next time for this project next year. Some shorter goals, maybe more 10 uses. Because the 20 uses, while it makes sense in my head, I don't know how, I haven't been able to meet that goal on some of these things, but now I'm just rambling. I feel the sick brain fog setting in, so I'm going to let you guys go, but let's chat in the comments. If you enjoyed today's project pan update, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!